Welcome back, lawn lovers. BW here again. Let's put some fertilizer on this new grass. It's October 8th today, just a day after mowing my new grass for the first time in my last video. But it's also been about a month since I planted my new grass. That means the grass is ready for another fertilizer application. New grass needs a ready supply of fertilizer to grow in and establish itself before winter arrives. I applied the full bag rate of starter fertilizer with weed preventer when I seeded. The bag rate provided just under a pound of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet, which is the proper amount of nitrogen you should be feeding your new grass every month until winter. The grass is looking pretty good at this point, a little slow to come in some spots, but that's typical of Kentucky Bluegrass. You can see that it's a little pale in color compared to the rest of my grass. That also tells me that it's ready for another round of fertilizer. It's normal for the young grass to be a little lighter in color than the rest of the lawn, but this round of fertilizer will help give it that nice dark green color of established turf. I've done a lot of research on the use of starter fertilizer for the second fertilizer application for new grass, and I keep coming up with a lot of contradictory advice. Some say to use it, and some say not to. Personally, I think it's a good idea to use a starter fertilizer for the second round, and that's what I normally use. This year though, I'm going to use Scotts Winterguard Fall Lawn Food for this application. Because it is fall, I just happen to have it on hand, and I thought I'd see how it does compared to a second application of starter fertilizer, as I've always used in the past. I don't recommend using a second application of starter fertilizer with weed preventer, because a second application of that can cause some whitening and damage the turf. The first round hasn't ever caused any damage, but the second round has. Here's a look at what happened to my front lawn this spring after my second application of starter fertilizer with weed preventer. I had lots of these little white spots that eventually died. I weighed out 5 3/4 pounds of fertilizer because this 12.5 pound bag covers 5,000 square feet. I'm going to apply this round of fertilizer at bag rate, so it'll last me another month. You can also apply half of the bag rate or a half a pound of nitrogen every 2 weeks if you'd like. I'm not worried about the potassium in the fertilizer increasing snow mold damage for 3 reasons. 1, because the turf needs some potassium for winter survival. Low soil potassium levels can delay winter dormancy and lead to winter kill the following spring. 2, in my video titled Surprising Late Fall Fertilizer Test Results, you saw me test this very same fertilizer to see if it would increase snow mold on my lawn, and it didn't produce any snow mold at all, even over a winter that produced lots of snow mold in other parts of my lawn. The amount of snow mold damage you get is more dependent on the weather and other factors than typical amounts of potassium used in a winterizing fertilizer like this one. The studies that showed increases were using much higher amounts of potassium all season long. And 3, because in my experience, new grass very rarely gets snow mold the first winter. That may be because the snow mold pathogen hides in thatch and dead grass over the summer, waiting until winter to strike again. But there really isn't any dead grass or thatch remaining after a renovation. With this spreader, reducing the setting to 2/3 of the recommended setting on the bag of fertilizer allows me to make 2 passes to cover the given area and ensure that I spread the fertilizer evenly. This may work for your spreader as well. In any event, it's a good starting point, and I can adjust the spreader after the first pass. If there's any left after the 2 passes, I can close the setting even further and spread the rest out as evenly as I can, or I may just keep going until I run out of fertilizer, which is what I'm doing here. Established cool season turf grass doesn't need very much fertilizer in the spring, but your new grass will still benefit from a full pound of nitrogen per month in the spring. Cut back to your normal fertilizing schedule before the heat of summer arrives. I'll just set up the sprinklers again and water my fertilizer into the soil. About 1/4 of an inch is a good amount to apply, since the soil is moist already from frequent watering. Any more water may saturate the soil, and caused some of the fertilizer to run off. Don't forget to like this video, then hit the subscribe button and ring the bell next to it so you don't miss any new videos. And remember, you can do it.